Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Shaw and this channel is all about the narcissistic personality disorder and ways you can recover from narcissistic abuse. This video is all about the signs that the narcissist was, or if you're still in the relationship, or if it's a parent gaslighting you. And ways you can handle them if they are gaslighting you and they're not somebody that you can completely remove from your life. Gaslighting is a hideous form of mental abuse, manipulation to gain control and powers over someone. Without the person that's being gaslighted even knowing anything is happening to them and slowly losing their own reality. Anyone is susceptible to gaslighting. It's a form of abuse done slowly over a prolonged period of time. Narcissists and abusers use gaslighting to brainwash their target without the target even knowing. The term comes from the 1944 movie Gaslight, where the husband gaslights his wife into thinking that she is losing her mind. Here are a few ways that the narcissist may have gaslighted you, or just a toxic, negative person may have gaslighted you. So number one, they will tell lies, yet they'll tell blatant lies so convincingly. You probably know it is a lie, yet with the straight face and the convincing tone, it leaves you questioning yourself. Number two, they use your weaknesses against you. So if you feel overweight, for example, they'll make, the covert narcissist will make subtle comments like, should you be eating that? Or, I did you a favour eating your last bit of chocolate. And slowly, over time, making digs at you. Or the overt ones in more obvious ways of you're fat or you need a diet. You look fat in that. Or through triangulation, your friend says you've gained weight. They will use children. They will use anything from your past. They will use any insecurity. If you are too fat, if you are too thin, if you are too small, if you are too tall, and you are none of these things. You are perfect as you are. But if they know you're insecure about it, they will use it against you. Whatever they know will hurt your feelings, they'll attack through more manipulative words. 3, they deny. If you have proof or not, ask them about something they said or they did, and they will outright lie and deny ever doing so or ever saying so. Things like, you must be dreaming, or I never said that, or you must be thinking about someone else. You know you heard it, or you know they did it, yet they still deny it. The more they do this, the more self-doubt that you're left with, and the more you believe their reality over your own. Number 4, their actions rarely match their words. Always broken promises that they then deny making in the first place. From simple things like borrowing money and saying they'll pay you back, then changing the conversation or denying ever borrowing the money in the first place. To say they'll take you somewhere and then deny that they ever said it, or they'll fix something and denying they ever said it, and finding some excuse not to do these things. Number 5, getting you to doubt others and isolating you from others. This is also known as triangulation. By saying things like, they don't like you either, or they think you're crazy, or they talk about you behind your back, and so many more things. The other person often has no idea these things are even being said. So when you can no longer open up to the other person or want to be around the other person, the narcissist will then tell the other person things that you've said, either exaggerating things that you've said in self-defense from what the narcissist has told you, or they'll make up blatant lies to divide people and conquer people and isolate people. Number 6, just when you think you're working it all out, they'll start treating you so well just to confuse you even more. They probably had something to gain or a need to be met by being nice to you, but it's all so you doubt yourself even more, thinking they're not that bad. They can be extremely good at times. And also you end up blaming yourself on working harder to keep that good side that they do have. There is nothing you can do to bring that good side out. They only bring it out as and when they want to. Number 7, they project. Any discussion they will twist and turn to escape accountability. If they destroy property, or if they were physically violent, if they take drugs, if they cheat, it'll always be, you made me do it. Or, I'm sorry, if you hadn't have done this, I wouldn't have done that. They'll always find a way to shift any of their faults or insecurities onto other people. They may either say things to you like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you, but I didn't think you could handle it. They will always false apologise or apologise in a way that turns it back round onto you. 8, their aim is to keep you confused. They have to keep people confused and possibly away from others so that they can't get a reality check from other people. They can only get the reality check from the narcissist. So the longer they keep that brain fog in you and that confusion in you, the more you turn to them. 9, they smear your name, telling others that you're the crazy one, or you're the bitter one, or you're the jealous one. Even before you've figured it all out, due to the gaslighting, you do actually appear out of balance, making it more believable when the narcissist plays the victim or the hero, and often leaving you without the support network that you need to recover. Number 10, they will tell you that all others are liars. Their ex tried to control them, their ex is crazy, or I'm not friends with them anymore. They wouldn't pay me back when they owed me some money. Things like, I never did that. They're just jealous of me and they're just trying to split us up. They will always find a way to blame the other person and accuse all others of being the liars. They will always play innocent. They will always play the victim. Number 11, they want to keep you under a spell of that confusion, always looking to them for answers. They want you in a constant trance. Yet if you're not serving them correctly, they will put you down and belittle you and do it in joking ways most often. And then if you're getting a little bit too confused, they will bring back that good period and allow you up for a brief time just to send you back under. Your human need for uncertainty is filled in an extremely negative way, as is significance. You're often left feeling extremely insignificant at one point, and then when you believe you've got it right, it makes you feel significant again, that you are helping them and that the relationship is working out, be it a parent, intimate relationship, a sibling, a friend. And the same as your human need for contribution, as you constantly try to give the narcissist what they want and make them happy, it heavily and negatively fills our need for contribution, as we can feel connected to them by having problems with them. The narcissists always have a problem that needs to be fixed. And once it is fixed, they'll always find another problem that needs to be fixed. Now, with your human needs, whatever you do in a day-to-day basis, it is filling your human needs, which you can fill them positively, negatively, or neutrally. And once you meet 3 of these human needs, through any action, emotion or feeling, you become addicted. So you do become addicted to the narcissist. So not only are you gaslighted and manipulated into losing yourself and your reality, but you also become addicted to the abuse on a subconscious level. So some ways that you can handle yourself if you believe that they are gaslighting you, whether it's a parent, a sibling, a friend, or if you're in a relationship, because they say things with such conviction, you often do believe the narcissist and not yourself. And most often it comes down to words and what the narcissist says versus your words. So if you can keep all communication via email or message so that you've got written evidence, if not, keep a diary so that when they do say something or they do change something on you, especially at the beginning, because it is hard at the beginning if you're trying to break free from them, just so you can double check your own reality. Your mindset is key. They are not in charge of you, your life, what you want to do or who you want to be. So if they're still trying to confuse you and you know exactly what happened, look inward to yourself and give yourself the answer. Do not respond or react to them. They will not suddenly say, oh yes, you're correct. They'll just keep going for an argument or change something into what you've done or how crazy you are. You have to learn to look to yourself for the answers and leave them be in their false reality. You do not have to defend yourself or rationalize yourself to the narcissist. Now, this is a learning curve because most of us do want to defend ourselves. They are not looking to compromise. They're looking to win. So by trying to defend yourself or compromise or rationalize with them, this is only giving them more of your reactions and more ammunition for them to use against you, keeping their control over you and your mind, making you feel angry, making you feel hurt. So just know what you know for yourself and leave them be. The only person you need to answer yourself to is yourself. And as long as you've got good intentions, you haven't done anything wrong. George Bernard Shaw said, never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pigs like it. If you say it was like this and they say you're wrong, if you have to respond, then it's things like, that's okay, you and I think differently, I'll keep my opinion, you keep yours, and then leave it at that because they will possibly try to twist it onto something else. Always remain calm and always remain firm with your own beliefs. Any form of communication with a narcissist is a game. There is no middle ground. There is no compromise. It's their way or you will be punished way. To them, they must win at all costs and you must lose. Leave them with their own mindset, as they only want to argue and drag you under with them. You need firm boundaries for what you will and will not accept for them. Your no needs to mean no. Any given situation, when they believe they can get one over on you, they will pounce. So you've got to stick with non-emotional, to the point, business-like responses. You have to relearn your own values, your own self-esteem, your own belief systems, and no longer let the narcissist affect you. Again, you must stick to your own thoughts, your own beliefs, whatever they're saying. The narcissist is usually trying to trick you. When they're doing something with one hand and you're trying to work that out, they're usually doing something behind the back with the other hand. They feed people countless lies. They have flying monkeys doing the dirty work for them. Narcissists have a lack of awareness about themselves, about other people's feelings and about reality. They cannot accept other people's opinions or points of view. They have to remain in control. Most are extremely good at lying and blame shifting, so you have to learn not to react, as it only gives them more ammunition to use against you, which leaves you feeling frustrated and confused and lost. The less that you converse with these people, the happier you will become. Understanding the narcissistic personality disorder and how they just want your emotional reactions helps you keep control of your life and your mind and your thoughts and why you need to stop reacting towards them. You do not and you cannot control what other people think, what they do. You can change how you think and how you do things. You can learn to leave them be and let them do what they do. You can learn to ignore them. It takes time. It is new. It is a learning curve, but it will create a much happier life for you. The less reaction they get, the more likely they are to leave you alone. Now, when you first start not reacting, or you first start grey rock, or you first start no contact, not all narcissistic people, but most will up their games because you're no longer continuing to play them. Eventually, as long as you stick to grey rock, no contact, or not reacting, they will stop those games and find someone else to play with. If you've got children, let them know they have a right to their own reality and opinions. Do not try to fight fire with fire by telling the children your version. The children just end up caught in the middle with more confusion and no one to turn to. If the children know they can come to you without fear of judgment, they will grow a lot stronger and wiser for it, filling them with their own self-beliefs, their own values, their own self-worth, their own opinions, and filling them full of self-esteem. Parenting isn't easy at the best of times. It can be even more draining when the other parent is simply counter-parenting everything you do. So make sure you get rest, make sure you look after yourself, make sure you've got the support system in place for yourself, someone or somewhere you can reach out to so that you don't feel as alone through it all. Now, narcissistic personality disorder is on a spectrum, so some are incredibly dangerous and you might need to just go no contact and move miles away. Some aren't dangerous, some just don't get it they don't get the understanding, they don't get the communication, so you can learn to distance yourself from them, distance your emotions from them, and not observe them. Don't let their toxic negativity, don't absorb that, don't take that in, just observe what they do and why they do it, but do not absorb their toxins because it does affect you. And as it is on a spectrum, there is different types, there is different levels. So there is those that you do need to go no contact with. There's those that the children need to go no contact with. And there is those that once you learn how to manage yourself, you can manage yourself around them. So whoever the narcissist is in your life, you know what they're capable of, or you're learning what they're capable of, so you know the best ways to handle it and handle yourself. Wherever you are, keep going, get the support you need, get the help you need. It does get easier and it does get better. Thank you for listening. Bye.